Before we start, I want to just lay out, we want to have some house rules and just some administrative issues. So this is both our English speakers and our Chinese speakers. We have many people here who do not speak English fluently, and we have many people here who do not speak Chinese. So we're going to do something to make sure that everyone understands.
那今天来到这里的朋友，可能有的人讲中文，有的人讲英文，那我们也会有翻译在这里为大家进行翻译。
So we're asking all the speakers, whether you speak in Chinese or speak English, to slow down.
我们会询问所有的讲话者是讲中文还是英文，请大家慢一点。
And every speaker will do like what I'm doing right now.
所有的演讲者都会像我说的这样子。
So we will just say one sentence, two sentences, and then stop for translation.
所有的朋友，请大家说1到2句之后暂停一下，等我们的翻译者进行翻译。
And really, we ask everyone to keep your language simple, so it's easy to translate.
请大家尽量用简单的语言来说，让我们的翻译者更加方便的来进行翻译。
If you have a question at the end, a question to ask, please just ask your question.
在我们说完之后，如果您有问题的话，请您举手提问。
And I would, because we had the same problem last time, if you have a specific problem with a situation dealing with you, please come raise your hand and we will have officers talk to you while we're here.
我们之前遇到过这样的问题，就可能有人会遇到一些具体的问题和案件，那请你举手，然后进行提问。
So if you have an individual complaint or problem, we should not do it in front of the whole group.
对，就可能是大家需要在我们这个大会之后来寻找我们台上的一些官员，去寻求你具体的问题。
And there are many police commanders and captains here all ready to listen to your complaint by yourself.
我们这里的官员都会在这里仔细的聆听你们所有的一些问题。
So this is. Let me just introduce all the elected officials who are here, and then we will go into. Okay.
尊敬的各位来宾，亲爱的朋友们，大家早上好。6月24日呢，在休斯敦附近的这个公寓，华人郑学林遭到了歹徒的这个持枪抢劫，身中6枪，生命垂危。现在呢，仍在这个监护室进行抢救中。目前呢，已经有1位这个劫匪被捕。如此恶劣的枪击事件引起了多方人士的关注和关心。除了对受害人家属的慰问与资助，休斯敦政界的官员、侨界的领袖们将大家召集在此，特别的开办今天的这个社区安全大会，希望通过今天的大会和大家一起积极有效的讨论，以此加强社区的安全防护，提升社区居民的安全意识，谨防此类恶性事件的再次发生。
So today we have invited many elected officials along with our Houston Police Department and Houston Fire Department. Not all the elected officials could come. Okay. We'll do translation. We'll just do this.
那今天呢，不是所有的嘉宾，我们请到的嘉宾都有来到现场哈。
So we invited Mayor Turner, but unfortunately he has to be at a different event right now.
今天我们也有邀请我们休斯顿市长Turner先生，但是他今天无法来到现场。
We have some very great elected officials here with us today.
但是我们还是请到了很多特邀嘉宾。
To my left is Senator John Whitmire, Texas State Senator. He's also running for mayor right now.
那我们参议员John Whitmire先生现在也是在竞选市长。
Our Congressman Al Green. Stafford City Council Member Alice Lee.
Stafford 市议员谭秋晴女士。Stafford 市议员谭秋晴女士。
All right. And the real Alice Lee in the back, representing Commissioner Leslie Briones.
休斯顿第4区专员的代表
So, by the way, Alice Lee is the Chief of Staff for Commissioner Leslie Briones. We are very proud to have our first Asian American, first Chinese Chief of Staff.
他是第1位华裔的休斯顿第4区的专员的代表。
And are there any other representatives from other offices?
还有其他的代表吗？
Okay. And Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee is on the way as well.
国会议员希拉·詹克森利正在路上。
And we will begin. The Chief Bashir Assistant Chief Bashir will begin by telling us details of what happened in this incident, and then talk about some of the steps forward.
我们Bashir警官会将跟我们大家介绍一下这个事件的发生，还有当时现场的一些情况。
And afterwards, we will have questions from the community and also allow our elected officials to make some statements.
当他讲话之后呢，大家可以进行提问，然后我们的警官们也会帮助大家解决一些这些问题。谢谢 ，Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Let me first begin by thanking every single one of you for coming in today. I know Saturday morning you have a lot going on, but this community meeting is very important. Special thanks to Dean Vu and also the old representatives who are here today.
非常感谢大家的到来。
So today, what I'm going to do is I have a lot to talk about, but I'll keep it brief because we have someone translating. Let me talk about the incident that has caused, that has, got a lot of attention to it, and it should be as well.
今天我将讨论一下当时发生的一些现场的一些情况。
So I'm going to talk about Mr. Zhang, and first, my thoughts and prayers to him and his family, and we wish him a healthy recovery.
首先，我希望郑先生能尽快的恢复，非常希望向他的家人们去进行一些慰问。
On June 25th, Mr. Zhang was in the 9715 Bellwood apartment complex in the early morning hours, roughly about 2:20 a.m.
在6月25号早上，这件事情发生是在6月25日早上。
Now, initially, it appears that there were two suspects who demanded money from Mr. Zhang.
当晚呢，有两人向他袭击，当时是要对他进行抢劫。
So actually it was a robbery. So during the robbery, the suspect shot Mr. Zhang multiple times.
在他们抢劫的这个过程中呢，这个歹徒当时对郑先生呢进行好几次的这个枪击。
Now here's where I want to thank the community and also that witness who stayed behind and provided us information that led to the arrest within 24 hours.
这里呢，我想强调一下，我非常感谢我们的社区还有我们的目击者，因为我们的目击者提供了一些证词，让我们在24小时之内抓到了罪犯。
And I would highly encourage all of you to report crimes, be good witnesses. At that time, it is your information that led us to make this quick arrest.
在这里呢，我也希望可以鼓励大家，大家多多的，就是如果看到一些不好的事情啊，如果看到一些犯罪一些现场啊，请大家多多的给警察打电话，提供线索，这样会真正帮助我们抓到这些罪犯，绳之以法。
So as I stated, we arrested one person within 24 hours. The other person, we are still looking for him as well.
当场呢有2名罪犯，那第一个罪犯我们是在24小时之内抓到的，那第2个犯人我们目前还在寻找他。
And I'm confident that we will catch him.
但是
Sooner than later.
我非常的坚信我们会找到他。
And lastly, there is something else I want to say, and that is our hard-working officers. And there has been incidents in Chinatown, and many of you know they have caused a lot of attention. And one thing I want to commend is the community cooperation and our officers' hard work. We end up catching these guys within a matter of days.
是在这里我也要就是要强烈的提一下我们这些警察官员们，他们真的是非常的努力哈，就是在大家也知道，在我们这华人社区，特别在 Chinatown 这个区呢，有很多不好的一些 crime， 很多一些犯罪一些事情发生哈，但是我们警察们他们都非常坚守自己的岗位，来做到最好，来为大家提供一个安全的一个环境。
So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to yield to Lieutenant Louis, who will provide some tips moving forward, what we can do and what we have done so far. Yes, absolutely. So Chief Finner and also Chief Bantan made this case a top priority for us. So that means we put additional resources in catching these bad guys.
那在这里呢，我们的警方呢也特别关注这次的事件，也知道这件事情对我们这个社区有多大的影响，还有很大的影响，然后所以他们非常关注这件事情，这也是我们希望大家能了解到的，就是我们作为警方非常想提供，非常关注这次事情。
And lastly, we have many officers in the back. They work in this area. They have grown up in this area. They speak multiple languages. If you have any questions, please reach out to them, and we're here to help. Now I will yield to Lieutenant Louis.
那在这里呢，我也要提到，就是在场今天有很多警官呢，也是在我们 Chinatown 还有我们现在这里这个区长大的，然后他们也讲很多种语言，所以如果大家有任何问题的话请在今天的结束以后可以去问他们。
Good morning, everybody. I'm Lieutenant Louis from the West Side Division.
大家好，这是 Lieutenant Louis， 他是我们这个区就是西边的这个区的警官。
So after the incident, I actually got phone calls from the community, which is great because it's an open line of communication where I can communicate back to them.
那在事情当天发生的晚上呢，他就已经接到了电话哈，得到了有人举报此次事情。
So immediately after the incident, I actually read the report and talked to robbery investigators to see how the crime occurred and what we could do to prevent that.
当事情发生之后呢，他很快的就和当时的一些侦探当时就开始沟通，然后就是去调查此次事情是怎样发生的。
So right before the crime, there was a witness that was actually just outside observing, and they saw that suspects were actually parked in a dark area and suddenly ran out of their car.
那当事情发生的时候呢，我们当场有一位证人，那当时的证人在场的时候看到了当时罪犯的那个车呢，是当时停到了一个很阴暗的地方，然后呢，就是他们当时趴到那个阴暗的地方之后呢，他们就很快就是人就出来了，然后要进行这个抢劫。
So the witness then moments later heard some gunshots and saw those same individuals run back to their car.
后来这位在场证人呢，就是听到了几声枪响，然后呢又看到刚才那些歹徒呢又跑回那个阴暗的那个地方去他们车里面。
So immediately after that information, I had actually my officers go out to 9215 Bellwood when the incident occurred and 9220 Bellwood.
当我得知这件事情之后呢，我立刻就让我的这些警员就是出发去当时事情发生的现场。
So in many crimes, there is a target location, a victim, and a suspect. You need all three for a crime to occur.
在每一个事情发生的这些现场呢，我们需要事情发生地点，还有目击者，还有 Can you say the third one again, please? The third one?
Suspect.
还有犯罪嫌疑人。
So if we can take care of two of the variables, which is target location and victim, and how to prevent the crimes, we can highly lower the percentage of that to happen.
如果我们有这三件事情，如果我们有两个点，像我们当时有一个证人，还有我们当时事发现场，我们明确这两个事情，我们就可以去更好的抓到这个犯罪嫌疑人。
So first off, my officers actually look at the infrastructure of the building, and most of these buildings are older complexes with older technology, and all the lights and all the building structures have a shelf life.
那当时我们也看到，就是我们去做了一下研究，就是事发现场啊，那个当时的房子是怎样一个结构，来进行一些追查。
So with this safety assessment, we actually found that 6 out of the 13 cameras in the complex were working.
那当时呢，我们也非常的幸运，当时的那个 building 那个楼里面的一些camera 就是一些那个一些监控器哈，监控器当时都是好使的，所以当时也帮助我们的进行这个破案。
As a robbery investigator actually canvassed the area, they actually found the camera that pointed directly at the crime scene and actually had a good angle of the vehicle if it was there.
那当时其中一个是那个摄像头，当时正好是照到了罪犯的那张脸，所以就是很帮我们一个很大的忙来破案。
During a further investigation, they found that camera was not working, so I got my officers to actually do a safety assessment of the complex.
到后来呢，我们也发现就是有一些这个监控器是不好使的，所以当时我们就让我的一些警员们去那个 building 那里面去就是来走一遍。
So in summary, we are working with the complex, doing a safety assessment, and eventually do a crime prevention through environmental design, so this crime can be prevented in the future.
那我说这些的原因呢，也是因为我就想告诉大家，我们对此次事件非常的重视，然后我让我的警员们就是想把这件事情研究到底，就是这事情是怎样发生，还有事情是我们未来可以怎样来避免此次事情发生。
In this case, technology can be our friend, so we're actually going to inform them of different things out there to help with cameras and being a good witness for crimes as well.
那这次事件呢，让我们意识到，其实这个科技哈，像这个摄像头，其实在此次事件是非常重要的，帮我们破案。所以我们也希望在以后呢，我们将放更多的这些监控器啊、摄像头来帮助我们。然后这样，我们也认为这样会更加帮助大家来造就一个非常安全的一个这个社区。
If you would like a safety assessment of your property or the apartment complex, please reach out to my team. They're about in the back, and we can do that for you guys.
如果你要是觉得你的家或者说你的 apartment、你的公寓呢需要这些摄像头，我们这些警员可以帮助你在今天的活动之后，你可以来找我们，然后我们可以进行一下讨论。
Thank you.
感谢，谢谢。
Good morning. My name is Commander Becker, and I represent the Midwest Division.
大家好，我是警官 Becker， 我是中西部的警员。
Let me thank you for the invitation to be here today. It is a great honor to be here with you.
非常荣幸来到此次活动。
My area extends from the Galleria all the way to Sharpstown and a little bit of Asiatown.
我负责的这个区域呢，是从 Galleria 到 Sharpstown， 还有呢有点贴边我们的这个 Asiatown， 我们这个亚洲区。
And even though the area where this crime occurred is not in my area, our officers, of course, all work together, coordinating very closely.
虽然此次事件发生并不是在我管辖的区域，但是我的警员们也有积极的帮助此次事情的破案。
Thank you very much.
感谢你们。
So in this next part, we're asking people to, if you have questions for anybody who's here on the panel, that we can address directly, please come up to the middle and who you are.
我是福建同乡会的现任会长陈一亮。
I'm the chairman, Chen Yilang of the Fujian Association. 尊敬的吴元之
州议员、尊敬的国会议员、尊敬的检察官和尊敬的各位来宾，今天来参加我们社区的这个重大的事件，我对你们表示衷心的感谢。
尽量的赶快提问。
And I want to tell you that my patient, I hold my patient safety at the same time when coming in to see me. I want our elected officials to know that we all community will care for the job we have done to this community. Now, I'm here also represent our fellowship, Shandong Fellowship Association. If you can stand up, please, and under leadership of the President Sam.
这个山东同乡会非常的团结，我都穿着这个会服来的，是吗
Yeah, at this time, in this community, I want our elected officials to recognize the community leaders and the President Lee and the President Kenneth, and also thank you for persistent leadership to lead our community and to get more secure community. So now, and I want to thank all the committee members and to organizing such a successful, timely discussion. But I agree, the community and government, we should work together, but let's not stop at this moment. Let's move to the next step. We must act. If increased police presence is the resolution, the solution, now let's hold our dear mayor and our police chief accountable and demand more increasing police plan, and by a certain date we can do that. And if it's a society necessary to make our training, safety training recommended, let's choose a leader and let's do it. If the money is the issue, come on, folks, let's wall them out, let's chip in. So we must act. We can't do without your support. Now, I want to thank the mayor candidate and Mr. Wagner, and also Sheila Jackson, the councilwoman, and for your support of community. I want to promise you that our safety, it is you are elected officers' hands and our effort. We will vote to this leader who cares for us for day out and day in. I want to thank you again and have a blessed weekend. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Next, we would like to invite the leader in community, former president of Asian Chamber of Commerce, 冰玉。让我们有请我们之前亚裔商会的前会长，我们的社区领袖冰玉先生，我们讲两句。
大家好，很多人在排队在等，我就不说。今天我想，今天我听到两个词，一个是我们的 State Senator 张国梅，还有我们的Congresswoman Sheila Jackson 讲到两个词，一个是 taking action， 一个就是采取行动，另外一个呢就是我们有 solution。我觉得这个很重要。今天，我觉得我有3点建议哈，这个关于这个行动方面。第一点呢，我们要增加我们的警员在这边巡逻的时间，这个是非常重要的。我刚才讲了，不是钱的问题很多时候，但是什么问题？我们这边这个 underserved 我们这个 community。
好的 ，Thank you, Mr.
我还
OK。
第二点嘛，建议就是我们的亚裔要有一个双语的热线，这热线非常重要。那么资金从哪里来？我觉得我前天的时候跟Congress 的理事 Jackson 他提了一点，就是说他希望Federal 和 County 还有 City 还有我们的 Mandarin District 一块来合作，有一个试点项目。那这个试点呢，我希望就在中国城，就从这间屋子开始，我们大家一块把这个试点给它搞好，然后呢传播到整个的休斯顿。所以说，我觉得试点很重要，我们的每一个人都要参与进来。其中这双语热线就是一个试点的一部分。那最后一点，我想强调就是，我今天很高兴我们的 Fire Department 今天Penny is here。我们这个 大家如果去就400米以外的这个汉密顿公寓，大家去看一看，你进去会发现，在我们的后院会有这么样一个不是人能够随便能够生活的一个区域。这个区域里面，我说怎么样子能够通过的这个城市的这个活检各方面的安全检查。所以我希望我们能够合作，能够每一个 door to door， 每一个挨家挨户去看，我们能够怎么样 improve 我们的 safety， 能够防患于未然。好，谢谢大家。
好，感谢袁总。我们就是说中文的，我们就不再翻译了，因为金木先生说时间比较紧啊。So next we will invite Wei Li, leader of international district。有请我们的李维华先生，是我们美南新闻的董事长，也是国际区的这个。
谢谢各位乡亲，大家好。我觉得我们在这个地方已经经营了几10年。我们把废土变成一个繁荣的地区，我们应该觉得我们非常自己的骄傲，好吧？所以今天我想提出3个建议。今天这个最主要，我们的这些政治家们给我们开了很多支票，但是这个支票 we don't know 会不会实现。但是我这个3点建议我想非常实际。我们要写一个 APP， 我们这个 APP 我们希望把这个 APP 能够全面的在推广 ，OK， 我们正在研究。第2个，我们必须把所有商家、银行的这个安全系统、安全观全部把它联合起来，看看我们怎么样能够适当的时候能够互相来推动。我非常的抱歉，我是国际区的区长，发生这么重大的事情我实在觉得很抱歉，心里面也觉得过意不去。所以我们跟这个 Owen， 我们在国际区一定要发动这个事情，马上跟这个李兄说，我们一起来努力，好吧？因为今天我们谈的非常多，但是我们怎么样子能够才帮助我们的父老兄弟，这是非常重要的。这个 APP 可能要花一些钱，但是没有问题，我们之间来协调。有了这个 APP， 你按下去，我们马上马上 televise， 马上可以通知很多人。这个可能对每一个人都是非常的重要，好不好？Ladies and gentlemen, I so feel guilty about what's happening in this district. I'm a chairman of the International Management District. I have 2 suggestions here. We're going to write an APP. So this APP will be, everybody could utilize that. When we have this APP, when they push down, immediately we could televise. They probably cost some money, but I talked to Mr. Lee here, Southwest District. We could accomplish this one. Second thing, we need to mobilize all the bank, or the supermarket, all those security guys should be network together. You see, also we need to have a citizen patrol. I was in Boston, Chinatown, Boston. They have a citizen patrol. It's very successful. 在 Boston 的华富也本来这个情况非常糟糕，他们那个 patrol， 我的一个同学也参加这个 patrol。所以我们这3方面，我们大家一起来研究，好吧 ？If we could make it work on the citizen patrol, it be part of the solution. Thank you very much.
好的，感谢李先生。那我们最后还有2位的这个社区领袖说完之后，我们将进入民众提问，好吧？接下来让我们有请这个我们西南区的主席李雄先生。Let's welcome the Chairman of Southern West District, 李雄。
Thank you. Well, thank you all the officers and also especially Congressman Al Green, Alice Chen, Sir Jackson Lee, and of course Senator John Weiman. 我想也不用多说，各位讲的我们都在做，只是说你们知道谁在做，有没有参与 ？Southwest District 每个月有8次的会议，都是公开的，欢迎大家参加。6588 Corporate 168，中国城有一个特别治安委员会，每一个月的第1个礼拜3的中午12点半，大家都欢迎来参加，而且可以说中文。我想福建同乡会第一时间就报告，来陪同这个受害者来到我们这个会议，我们尽量帮忙。这是个平台，国际区跟这个我们西南区是连在一起的。罪案是不分界限，就像我们那个 Alice Chen 议员讲的，今天你住在 Katy， 你住在 Fort Bend， 住在哪里，都会有可能发生到。我们一定要联合在一起，永远的。刚刚宾友讲的很对， 热线我们在做，但是呢 ，Houston 跟 Sugarland 不一样，因为 Houston 有一个比较大的 city， 它是 liability 的问题，你接电话万一接错了，人家告你怎么办？不是说你今天有个心要做 ，That's why we have to work with the police department. I want to thank. We have a federal, we have a state, now we have a city. Everybody work together.
Our Chinese community and all the friends from our Chinese community. Good morning. I'm Yichuan Fang, the president of Chinese Civic Center.
我是中国人活动中心的执行长方一川。首先感谢大家来到我们中国人活动中心，支持我们的社区安全的工作。
Thank you all for coming to our Chinese Civic Center.
感谢大家来到这个中国人活动中心。
And supporting us for the safety of our community.
支持我们的社区安全工作。
Today, I want to say that our whole community has been working very hard for better life and better dream.
今天呢，我想说的是，最近在我们社区又发生了这样致命的枪击事件。
And many of the community leaders have been working extremely hard for the community to make Houston home.
这是一个巨大的震惊，让我们每个人都陷入深思，我们不再感到安全。
This is a big shock, putting everybody of us in deep thinking. It is hard for us to stop this. At this moment, all of us have to be put the big hope on you, all the elected officials. We trust you to have the power and capability to build better security system and better infrastructure to guard our Chinatown and our whole community. Again, thank you all of the elected officials for coming to us today. You are the officials needed by our community. We remember you and vote you forever.
好的，我们将总结性的这个简短的说一下，方一川先生刚刚说的，就是最近在我们的社区发生了这样致命的枪击事件，是一个巨大的震惊，让我们每个人都陷入沉思，我们不再感觉到安全，我们很难阻止这种情况。此刻我们所有人都寄托着巨大的期望，我们相信你有能力建设好更好的安全和基础设施，保护中国城和捍卫我们整个社区。再次呢，我们感谢今天所有出席的这个官员，您是我们社区需要的官员，我们会记住您，并在下次的选举中投票支持您。
Good morning. My name is Roman Moulton. I'm the president of Hawa Foundation and the president of Myanmar American Chamber of Commerce. First of all, I want to thank you.
非常感谢大家。我是来自缅甸。
Yeah, Indian, you're right. Indian American Chamber of Commerce.
谢谢您 ，Thank you. 谢谢。
And the Hawa Foundation, I'm a president, and
他是这个 Howard Foundation 的这个chairman， 是我们的这个。
Yeah, and I have the location is on the Manchester and Town Park in Chinatown for last over 10 plus years.
它这个地点在 Manchester 还有 Town Park 那边，离我们这个地方很近。
First of all, I want to thank you, first of all, Mr. Jinwoo. He has came to my community center when I opened last 10 plus year ago. He just come over, he just give me moral support.
非常感谢金武先生，我来帮助他，来给他很多的支持。
And I want to thank you, our Congressman Al Green, Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee, our Senate Mr. John Whitmire, and our Fire Marshal, best friend of mine, and they all have been visited already to my community center, and City Council member who won't know her every time she is everywhere in our community, and Mr. Bashir, Assistant Chief HPD team, and the sheriff department at Gonzales and his team. And I honestly want to thank media people, especially here. This media will cover this our conference and this town hall meeting. These criminals will know they should not mess with the South Asian community or Asian community at large.
非常感谢各位国政府官员的到来，然后在这里他也强烈的提到了哈，就是说他认为他希望这个歹徒们不再敢欺负我们亚裔。
I want to hear no complaint, but just few suggestions and a few things I want to put up to the leaders. First thing, our Asian problem is that anytime happens something with our business, our family, our home, we never report it. That is the big, largest problem. We think when the police come, they will come and investigate us first. That's why back home, they have an ideology. But in America, it's not like that. We need to report small to big incident always.
对了，在这里他提出的建议就是，无论是大是小，他希望在座的每一位朋友们都会来进行举报哈，因为只要当你举报的时候，这些歹徒们他们就不会脑子有这个想法说哦亚洲人很好欺负什么的，所以大家一定要踊跃的去举报，如果看到不对的事情，就要去跟警察讲。
你要给他们警察给他们的线索。The leads is so important for them to help us. Okay, another thing I want to say, I think Mrs. Chen is here. You want to say a few words, let us know what's the status of your husband, Mrs. Chen.
这是我们郑先生的太太，感谢您的到来，非常谢谢您。
现在的心情就是。
And while she's coming up, also remind everyone that the fundraiser, the GoFundMe for the Cheng family is still going on right now. We've raised about $70,000 and we need to raise more because Mr. Cheng's hospital bills and his injury will mean that he will not be able to work for a long time. So please, if you can donate to them, please do so, and we will provide that information later.
我在这里要跟大家提一下，就是我们有一个 GoFundMe 的一个网站，您可以捐钱给郑先生还有家人们。我们目前已经募捐到了7万块钱。那大家也知道，这次这么大的案子发生，他很久都不会有能力工作，所以希望大家出钱出力，然后来帮助我们郑先生和他的家人们。
And before Mr. Cheng, Ms. Key speaks, Officer Suarez wants to say something.
Thank you. So, hello everyone. I'm Saul Suarez. I'm a major with the Harris County Sheriff's Office Criminal Investigations Bureau. I'm here on behalf of Sheriff Ed Gonzalez, and I'm here with my teammates, Major Earl Dean, who oversees our West Patrol Bureau, and also Investigator Wen with our violent crime.
我们的这个 Sheriff 的 Suarez 先生，他和他的这些队员们也今天来到这里，然后他们主要是负责一些破案。
I just want to thank everybody for being here, the host, Mr. Wu, and also Mr. Ken Lee, all the community members, community leaders, all the elected officials, and obviously our law enforcement partners, the Houston Police Department.
非常感谢 Mr. Ken Lee 的邀请，还有 Mr. Jin Wu 的邀请，还有在座的所有的一些官员们，谢谢你们。
And Chief Bashir talked about leadership. What I want to talk about is commitment. The Sheriff's Office, I want y'all to know that we're committed not only to public safety, but also to accountability. But also we're committed to not only engaging, but sustaining community relationships with you, with the Asian community. So I just want everybody to know after the meeting, I'll stay behind as long as necessary. If you have any questions regarding the Sheriff's Office jurisdictions, or any crime in our area, I'm willing to answer those questions. Thank you.
他想跟大家说，就是他们也非常坚定的要帮助我们在座所有人。如果要是你有任何的问题，在今天节目结束以后可以去向他提问。他说他会留到最后跟大家，然后如果有任何问题可以去找他。谢谢 ，Thank you so much。
尊敬的网友们，尊敬的警察，谢谢你们来关心我们的社区，感谢你们。
Our respected leaders, thank you so much for being here and caring for our community.
我政府 发生这样的事情之后，他的疼痛无法用言语来形容他的疼痛，他痛到想自杀，就是一直怀念着3个孩子。
The pain that he experienced is indescribable. That he felt the need to take his own life away sometime because the pain is just so unbearable. But you know, we have 3 kids at home, and that's really the driving force for him to stay alive.
因为这几颗子弹没有完整的1颗子弹取出来。
So far, the 6 bullets, none of them have been taken out as a whole piece.
医生告诉我，这些子弹片会永远留在他的身体里。
Some of the pieces of the bullets, the doctor says, are going to stay in his body forever.
但是目前为止，我一直问医院里面的医生，我丈夫这颗胸部这颗子弹取出来了没有？他们都没有正式的回复我，他们只是告诉我，这个子弹取出来比不取出来的更好。
So far, there is a bullet that's still in his chest area that she has asked the doctors repeatedly if it's been taken out, and the doctor has been very reluctant to tell her.
他肚子的肠子被子弹穿过之后烂掉了，剪掉了，但是他的大腿连着这个肚子，就是意思就是说他穿过这个之后，这个神经一直在疼痛，每天都在喊，一直在痛苦，就是一直就说跟我说我很疼，我很疼，我想要自杀。
He has a bullet that went through his intestine, that destroyed his intestine, that they had to cut out the intestine. And I guess there were some nerves attached from the intestine to his thigh, and the pain has been so unbearable that he tells her that he wants to end his life at times because it just is so painful.
他现在就是每天就是很少睡觉，因为他不能睡觉，一闭上眼睛就是心里。脑子就是一直在恐惧，一直在害怕就是很多的幻觉在幻想，就是他就像那些去当兵的，就是他一直这样说，我的意思就是说，他一直在痛苦中挣扎。
He has been having a horrible time sleeping. It's hard for him to fall asleep, and he has nightmares, and he's just in a very intense stage, and I think he's also experiencing some hallucination.
Chief Brashears, you know Chief Pena, you know the Sheriff Gonzalez. We ramp up the local impact. You know them. You can get the bilingual call on 9/11. Your storefront is open. More police are visible. That combination scares the criminals. And when you put a sign on the front, and there is a marker that this is Chinatown, and it says, "No criminals welcomed here," they will go away. You will be the winners. We can do it together. And that's what I want to do.
在这里我要跟大家说一下，警方是您的朋友。那我要做的就是让大家觉得非常的安全。您的店可以开到很晚。你打电话的时候打911的时候，有会讲中文的警察们。你见到警察们，你把他们当成你的朋友，他们来保护你。这样呢，我们这些罪犯他就不敢来到咱们的这个地盘来进行犯罪。
Again, thank you to Representative Wu. I don't know what we do without his great leadership.
非常感谢我们的吴彦之先生。
And in concluding, I want to acknowledge the leaders that have been around, Mr. Whaley, Mr. Kinley, Mr. Ben, Sally, our council member. It is a pleasure to see you as well, and you've interpreted for us before. We thank you so very much, and you're even stepping out of your jurisdiction. And so the final word is that we are doing this together. Together. And you will not travel this journey alone. We will fight with you, and guess what? We will win. The criminals will lose. Thank you very much. God bless you all.
Well, good morning. My name is Sam Pena. I'm the fire chief for the city of Houston.
大家好，他是我们的消防队的leader， 我们的 Pina 先生。
And I first want to thank Representative Wu for hosting this town hall meeting. Thank you, Representative. And I also want to thank all the elected officials that are up here today because that shows how important this issue is. I'm honored to be here in support of Chief Bashir and the Houston Police Department as well as the Harris County Sheriff's Department because the Houston Fire Department we're partners in public safety. We're partners not only with our law enforcement partners, but we're partners with you as a community. And I think that's important. The elected officials here have alluded to this, that when the community decides that they are no longer going to accept the crime to rise unimpeded.
我在这里，我也是非常感谢在座的每一位警方啊，还有我们的这些 local 一些政府的官员们。我跟他们就是因为他是来自于我们的一个消防队的，他其实和每一位在座的这些官员们都有很大的这些沟通还有联络。
When the community says that they are no longer going to accept this, when the police department knows and law enforcement knows that the community is going to step up. They're going to be good witnesses. They're going to be looking out for each other. And they're going to say that as a community, we are no longer going to accept the crime to go unanswered. That is when we're going to start making a change. Because law enforcement cannot be everywhere all the time. But the community can.
当我们的社区进行抗议，进行这些抗议来告诉大家，我们是不好惹的，告诉大家我们需要被保护。那我们这些警员啊、警方还有消防队，我们也会站出来保护你们。
So we are committed to assisting our community. It's important for us to be here at these town hall meetings to hear directly from you what you all expect from your public safety agencies.
我们的宗旨呢是来保护我们的群众、我们的社区，所以今天这次的这个社区安全大会呢，让我们也听到了在座每一位的这些心声，所以我们也会尽我们最大的努力来帮助大家。
And it's encouraging to see a large group show up to these meetings because it tells everyone that as a community we're starting to do what we need to do to make an impact in the safety of our communities.
多多保重自己 ，OK。
There may be others. You can do this online, and we would have you do so.
Congressman, Senator John Whitmire say $1,000 from him.
Senator Whitmire, will you give him a hand?
OK， 我们的国会议员需要就是他捐更多。
I will join.
1,000。
Jackson Lee is joining, please. Give her a hand, please.
OK， 他要做更多的钱，他说他已经捐了1000块钱。
Musa, $1,000. $1,000. Mr. Musa, stand up, please.
Yeah, $1,000 from me. The Congress support.
我们现在用5000块钱了，已经有5000块都内了。
People are looking at each other, so I don't want to look in anybody's direction. But if you feel that you need to say something, just raise your hand.
有任何人现在能够捐？
转过来，那个是留言，脸转过来。
500，
留言拍个照。
Friends, if you feel predisposed, yes, ma'am.
Mary Lee 多少钱？500 Mary Lee， 谢谢 ，Thank you。杨德清
I already donated $500.
Oh,
okay. Somebody should write this down. Sometime
already,
we can get.
Ada Wong. I already get a 1,000 deposit her bank already.
Okay.
2 days ago.
Yeah, thank you.
Let's write these names down, friends. Someone should write the names down.
$300. $1,300. Thank you. 东北同乡会1300块钱已经捐给他了，是不是？东北同乡会已经给了，谢谢。